Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's reading is how do they see you? How do they perceive you? What are they thinking about you at the moment? So this they could be referring to one person, it could be referring to a group of people, or in a certain environment, but I will be reading the cards from the point of view of they. Okay, um, so yeah, how do they see you? We have 3 groups for you to choose from: group 1, group 2, and group 3. Please feel free to pause the video if you need a little time to choose your group, but I will see you guys in your readings. Hey, welcome. Hope you guys are doing okay. If you've chosen the first group, then this reading could be for you. How does the person, group of people, environment on your mind see you at the moment or in general? Okay, so to start off with, we have the King of Swords in upright, we have the Death card upright, and we also have the Strength card but in reverse. So they see you as someone who speaks with authority. They think you speak clearly, maybe assertive as well, but they also think that you are someone that could talk circles around people, whether that means, in terms of your intellect, or just knowing how to maybe go into detail and describe the things that you're saying. But for some of you, maybe they could perceive you as talking a lot, although that may not be the case for the most of you here. So yeah, they don't think you're always honest, but they don't think you're dishonest either, just that you hold certain information back and keep certain things to yourself. But they do think you're upfront in general. They could also think you like power, or that you're in a position of power. They think that you come across emotionally disciplined and mature and logical. They assume you don't tolerate much nonsense, to be honest. They do see you as being able to stay calm under pressure as well. They think you've set pretty clear boundaries, either with them or other people, or they've just recognized that you do have certain boundaries, or you're not hesitant to set boundaries when you need to. But yeah, they could also think you're standoffish as well, maybe not all the time or with all people, but just a general vibe that they may see. Sometimes they do feel you're preoccupied within your head, But with that, they do also see you as insightful, but emotionally reserved at times. They see you as someone they and others can't easily read. They also feel that you have moments of impulsivity as well, which could be confusing for other people, or again, like, just adds to them not being able to read you and figure you out. They do see you as someone who's gone through some deep, irreversible changes. They could see you as a completely different person to who you were in the past, maybe who you were when they first met you, depending on who you're asking about. But they do think you've done have gone through so many changes. They could also think you embrace endings, evolving, change, or you just don't fear it. They could also feel that you are currently actively changing certain things within your life or changing yourself. They could think that you don't like stagnation, but they see you as being a stronger version of yourself today, like who you are now. They see this as like a stronger version of you. They think that you don't cling onto people or things. They do feel that you can be quite intense. So for some of you, again, depending on who this person or people are, they could feel that they can't cling on to you, if that makes sense. Like, they could believe that they could easily lose you, or for some of you, depending on who you're asking about, they could be afraid of losing you. And this could be because of your constant growth or your current growth or something that you are more aware of. This could be because they perceive you as quite independent as well. But they do feel like there is a more vulnerable side to you underneath your very composed exterior. They could think you don't really have close relationships with a lot of people. For some of you, they do see you as strong, just not very open. They could feel that you carry emotional weight quietly and that you generally value independence. But having said all of that, they do think you're easy to get along with. They could see you as having a harsh or reserved exterior, but underneath it all, they actually think you're very cool, nice, friendly. Maybe once, they or people get to know you, they just think you hold back on being soft so that you can exhibit your power or protect your power or who you are below the surface, so they could think it is like a protective instinct to come across, for you to come across a certain way. But they do also feel that you've been through a lot, but they also think that it would be very hard to tell that you've been through a lot, maybe because of how you carry yourself or something else that you're more aware of. So moving on, we have clearing negativity. We release negativity from within or around you. We have spiritual path, and that says your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. We have imagination, draw from the well of your own capabilities. We have airplane, spread your wings and fly. And we also have internet, embrace the fact that you are the world. So with clearing negativity, they could either perceive you as doing just that and clearing negativity from within you or around you at the moment. But for some of you, they kind of just perceive you as someone who's not a negative person. But they may not perceive you as someone who's like overly optimistic either. They could feel like you are more realistic. With airplane, spread your wings and fly, they could feel like you appreciate your freedom. With imagination, they could feel you are quite imaginative or creative, or you're just able to think outside the box. It also says draw from the well of your own capabilities, so they could view you as very capable or self-reliant. With internet, embrace the fact that you are the world. For some of you, they could perceive you as being connected to a lot of people. With spiritual path, it says your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. So similar to what the message that came out earlier with the death card, with the tarot cards, they could perceive you as making necessary or just making changes right now. But again, they view you as someone who doesn't shy away from changes. And with your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, they actually feel like they're seeing you from a clearer perspective. They may not feel like they've figured you out completely, but they do feel like their perspective on you is a lot clearer than it was before. So I'm just going to pull a few more cards and then I will leave it there. So we have political, conservative, unpleasant, and thoughtful. So they could see you as political, conservative. With thoughtful, they could see you as maybe like they would like to see you being more thoughtful, whether that's towards them or towards other people. And finally, with unpleasant, they could feel other people perceive you as someone that's not friendly, but they feel like they see another side to you that is a lot more pleasant than you are seen on the outside, or people who just don't really know you very well. Well, that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I do hope it could be helpful. I'm wishing you the best, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Please take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the second group, then this reading could be for you. How do they see you at the moment? We have 5 of Wands upright, 3 of Pentacles upright, and the Star in reverse. So they could actually see you as someone who stands their ground, not afraid to stand their ground, to stand up for themselves. They do think you can be competitive as well. They perceive you as aggressive at times, very fiery, very passionate. But despite seeing you as passionate, they don't think you are very emotional or just not overly emotional. They do think you're a tough nut to crack though, for them and others. For some of you, they think you challenge them in difficult ways, or maybe challenge other people in difficult ways. They see you as chaotic at times, as someone who shakes things up even when it's not intentional. They do think you can be difficult, and they do feel that you create friction with certain people or in certain environments. They could also feel like you make some situations uncomfortable, even if it is unintentional. But they do think you bring like a certain intensity in certain environments and relationships. They don't think you tolerate much BS as well. But having said that, they could think that you have trouble seeing your own faults at times, recognizing them. Like they could feel your personality invites conflict, but they don't think you go looking for it. They don't think you want conflict or go looking for conflict. It's just that maybe, some of your characteristics can attract that. They could also perceive you as being under a lot of pressure. They see you as a challenge for them, But despite that, they do think that you're someone they can build with, or they feel like they could build something meaningful with you, or that you guys just work well together or could work well together, depending on who you're asking about. And, you know, sometimes like they do actually see you both as very compatible. They also see you as very attractive. They do see you as reliable and capable. Um, for some of you, this could be specifically within your relationship to them, or just like with certain people, they perceive you that way. They do think you add something important to shared goals or to their goals, or, you know, goals that you guys are working on together. They think that you do like to help and you do like to contribute. Like, they may not think you work well with others, but they do think that you work well with them, and that's all that really matters to them at the moment. Like, they do see you as misunderstood, because with them, they actually see you as quite grounded and practical, and they appreciate the follow through that you show with them and the stuff that you guys, you know, work on together. Like, they think that you are quite committed to them. But they could also perceive you as unhappy. Um, Again, like, they could think that you don't feel understood, and they could feel that you maybe lash out because of that. They do think that you need more structure in your life, or that you're trying to create more structure. But they see you as dedicated to something that's important to you, whether this be your career, work, education, or something else that you are more aware of, a hobby. They could also think that you are looking for more appreciation, maybe recognition in some area of your life. They could think that you need to have a bit more confidence in yourself at times. They do think as well that you've lost faith in someone, maybe someone that was or is still important to you, but you've lost faith in this person or situation. But they also see you as healing, but still emotionally distant. Again, this may not be referring to them. This could be how they see you when it comes to other people. Could be with them as well. But yeah, they do think you hate being disappointed and let down, and they could see your optimism at times, which they really like, and they do think you're focused on moving forward. At the moment, they could think you are self-focused, and they could feel that could be easily perceived as selfish. For some of you, they could think that you have a tendency to focus on the negative. And they could also feel you rarely listen to other people, maybe their advice, their guidance. They could feel that you just don't really have that much faith in other people. For some of you, they could think you have a jealous streak. They definitely think that you want more power and success in some area of your life, or just your life in general. So moving forward, we have socialize or join in. It says make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. We have deep emotional healing as well, which says your heart is ready to heal from past experiences and you are willing to devote time and energy towards therapeutic care. We have free will, get out of your cocoon. We have celebrity, shine like the star you are. We have party, celebrate yourself. We have like a lot of social cards with socialize or join in, celebrity, party. I'll see what that's about. And then I'll pull some more cards after. So with socialize or join in, they could feel there's something in your life where you may need to, or you could benefit from joining in a lot more. With party, they could feel like you should socialize more, or you could benefit from socializing more. With celebrity, they could actually see you as quite popular or well known. With free will, they could feel like you need to or could benefit from exercising your free will a lot more. And with deep emotional healing, they could see you as still going through some form of healing. So we have decisive, we have neutral, doubtful, victim, and subservient. So with neutral, even though they feel that you are very passionate about certain things, maybe the things outside of your passions, they could actually feel that you're quite neutral in a lot of ways. They could also perceive you as very decisive. With doubtful, they could perceive you as being quite doubtful over yourself or just certain things within your life or your goals or something like that. So with subservient, it's not that they feel that you should be more subservient in certain situations, but they do feel that maybe things would be a bit easier for you, or there would be more plus sides if you were to be not subservient, but just less like harsh or forceful or something like that. And finally, with victim, they could actually see you as a victim, or you were a victim at some point. But they do feel like there are certain scars that you are still carrying. Well, this is all I have for those of you who chose this group. Sending you love. I hope you guys are doing okay. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Please take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the third group, then this reading could be for you. How do they see you? To start off with, we have the Ten of Cups upright, the Eight of Swords in reverse, and the Two of Swords upright. So they could actually see you as quite a happy person. And for some of you, this may not be happy per se, but just quite contented, loved, affectionate. For some of you, they could see you as coming out of your shell, or like feel like, you're opening up to them, or just feel like they're seeing, more to you. But having said that, they also perceive you as quite serious. It may not be all the time, maybe in certain situations, they feel like you're quite serious. They also see you as very generous. So they think that you are, or you could be, safe for them. On some level, they view you as inspirational, or feel that other people are inspired by you. And it feels like you would know why they find you inspiring, as this could be different for each of you. It could be referring to some of the messages I've already said, or some of the messages that will come out later in the reading. But in some way, they do view you as inspiring. For some of you, they could feel that you are motivational, like intentionally motivational. But yeah, they feel that you forge genuine connections with people. They see you as a family oriented person. They think that your community loves you. Doesn't have to be referring to only your family community, but other communities that you belong to. They feel like you're very loved in certain circles. So they could view you as social, but not social at the same time, if that makes sense. They could think that you feel like home, not only to them, but to a lot of other people. They think that you could be a part of their chosen family, or you already are a part of their chosen family. They feel a very strong emotional pull towards you. And they could think that a lot of other people feel that way about you as well. They do think that you've helped them heal and grow, or you help people do that in general. They think that you bring meaning to their life and all the people around you. And if this is someone that you're, not connected to at the moment, then they could be thinking about reconnecting with you. So they do think that you try to be positive, or you try to portray yourself as positive. They see you as stable and grateful. They feel that you've overcome a lot of your past limitations, whatever those were. They see you as mentally strong, freer, or maybe in the process of liberating yourself, or already having liberated yourself. And they overall just see you as someone that is quite empowered. Even if you don't really wear it on your sleeve, like they can just sense and tell that you're empowered. And they could also think that you are no longer insecure about certain things, that you've moved beyond old fears that you may have had. They do admire your ability to break free from traps or stagnation, or break free from something else that you're more aware of. And they see you as well as distancing yourself from what doesn't benefit you. And they feel that you're not afraid to act anymore. They could feel you're more action oriented and more determined than maybe you were in the past, or maybe from what they've known, or they just feel like you've grown in that way. And they also don't feel you're emotionally conflicted at the moment, or they feel that you're rarely conflicted. They could feel maybe you're quite decisive. For the most part, they do see you as quite protective of yourself, protective of others. For some, they do think you weigh your options carefully. But lately, they think that you've been jumping into things a lot quicker, again, more decisive recently, or just more action oriented. They do perceive you as cautious when you need to be, or even when you're jumping into things, they perceive you as cautious, or in other situations, they perceive you as quite cautious. And at times they don't think you're always emotionally available. And they could also perceive you as not ready to fully open up to someone. It could be them, it could be referring to someone else though. And they kind of feel like you're at a place where you don't want anyone to cause tension or cause conflict for you. They do feel you mostly choose logic over emotion, but you're able to make decisions using both your head and your heart. They also feel like you're able to make difficult decisions. And for some of you, only take this if it resonates, but in some situation, they could feel like you're sitting on the fence, or you're just, choosing to be neutral, or, like maybe sometimes you're the middle ground. That was clarified by the Five of Swords, so that could be when it comes to conflict that you choose the middle ground, like don't, choose sides, that you're able to be objective, Or is it subjective? I can't remember which one it is, but one of those. So moving on, we have revealing your true self. So it says, as you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. We have ceremonies and celebrations. Time to play, make time to play. Email, be mindful of the messages you send. We also have angel, tap into your wisdom. So with ceremonies and celebrations, they could think that you're going to have a lot to celebrate soon with revealing your true self. For some of you, they could think that it would be cool if you were to show more of your real self, maybe with them, maybe with other people. But it also says you'll feel loved for who you truly are. So they could see you as someone who is very much loved for who they are. With email, be mindful of the messages you send. They could perceive you as someone that is mindful of the messages they send, maybe mindful of what they say, how they carry themselves, how, people perceive them. So yeah. And with time to play, they could see you as someone that needs to have or would benefit from having a lot more fun or just more downtime. With angel, tap into your higher wisdom, they could perceive you as quite wise and as someone that's able to tap in to their own inner wisdom. I'm not sure if I read this card already. I feel like I have, but they could also see you as having something to celebrate soon. They could feel like you're on an important journey. Maybe following your chosen path, maybe your life path or your purpose. So I'm just going to grab a few more cards and then I will leave it there. Okay, so we have neat, we have mischievous, we have unfriendly, we have smooth, and we have emotional. So they do perceive you as someone who has a mischievous, cheeky side to them. They could perceive you as very neat, very clean. This could be in terms of your appearance, your home, or another area of your life. But they do feel like you're very neat and clean. With unfriendly, they don't perceive you as like the most friendly. Like they don't see you as, you know, warm and fuzzy and like super inviting and stuff like that. But they don't see you as unfriendly either, you know. With emotional, like they don't see you as emotional as well, but they do think that you have your emotions under wraps. Maybe they see you as quite emotional beneath the surface. Like on the surface, like they could see you as quite serious, even though you have a lot of these sweet qualities as well. And you know, they feel safe with you, and other people may feel safe with you. But again, like they could also see you as quite serious, and they also view you as quite smooth as well. For some of you, this is about your skin. Like they could feel like you have very nice, smooth skin. But yeah, that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful and wishing you the best. And hopefully I will see you again soon. Please take care of yourself. Bye.